Now, since our show is up on the internet, www.sb-justbetweenus.com, it goes all over the world, and we get hits all over the world. So we'd like to have numerous interviews of people that would be of interest worldwide, and such is the case today. So Bill will introduce our interesting guest.
Thank you, my dear. United States for many years has been embroiled, and I think that is the correct word, in the Middle East, politically, economically, militarily. Our guest today was born in Iran before it became the Islamic Republic of Iran, and he has passionate feelings about Islam, which he's here today to tell us about. So it's a pleasure to introduce Mr. George Hassan. Welcome, Mr. Hassan.
Thank you for having me on your program.
You've written a book called Iran, Harsh Arm of Islam. Tell us what the theme of that book is.
Yes, thank you. The book is trying to show in the book the flaws in Islam and the misconception about the people in the West that Iranians or Persians are Arabs, because they see that in parliament and all over, they see turban wearing, kind of, excuse me, awkward looking people that they represent themselves, or at least they say they are Iranians. And yet, it's only a handful of Arabs, less than 60,000 clergy, Arab clergies, who speak Farsi, and through the religion of Islam, Shiite especially, have subjugated the country, have controlling the country. So I'm writing about the conflict between the children of Cyrus the Great and the household of Prophet Muhammad. In a sense, Persian, who are 99% of the people in Iran, and less than 1% Farsi-speaking Arabs who are controlling the country. It's a Persian culture versus Arab rule.
Well, I have read, and I don't know whether my question is pertinent to what you're telling us, that 90 to 95% of the people in the Islamic Republic of Iran, as it's now called, are Shia.
Correct.
And maybe 4, 5, 8% are Sunni, and then there are many other followers of other religions or sects as well. Am I correct in that?
Indeed, you are correct. There are Shiites. However, one has to put the thing in context that when that it started, Persians were Sunnis. First of all, before the advent of Islam, there were Zoroastrians, if I'm pronouncing it right, even though my own old religion, that do no evil, hear no evil, the three items that is in the Zoroastrian language. It was a religion that's very simple and yet to the point. Think no evil, no good deeds, good thoughts, and I forgot the third one. That's okay. Then at the advent of Islam, the Arabs came, obviously, and they brought with them Islam. And ever since, the country that once was if not the cradle of the freedom and democracy, turned into a state that it is totally different, totally far from democracy, freedom, and human rights. Cyrus the Great, 2,500 years ago, he was the founder of Persian nation, the founding father, and he wrote the Declaration of Human Rights, which a copy of us today is in, excuse me, in the United Nations. And 1,000 years later, the Arabs came and brought a religion that people, Iranians, have a difficulty to reconcile with that foreignness of that religion. It's in Arabic, they don't understand, and it is not the way their religion was at the time, and up to today, they are fighting it.
I believe I read, maybe you wrote this, where the rulers today have taken the country back to the way it was like in the 7th century.
Yes.
I mean, they've really backtracked.
Indeed, you are very correct.
Yes.
Khomeini took the country back, even though from France to Tehran, he rode a 747 jet. He asked to have his chilo kebab made in there, and when he departed from that beautiful thing, a jet came to Iran, he said, now you people turn your watches or clock back 1,400 years. That is what we want. So he closed it. Excuse me.
No, go right ahead, please.
I was going to say he closed all the movie houses, nightclubs, and start killing people. People, I mean Persians who were journalists, philosophers, teachers, those who were Persians, patriots, and they were start killing it.
And the treatment of women is just appalling.
That's part of Islam.
That is just
But
horrible.
isn't it true